vagina? You have vagina?
Do you?
You said resources. Resources are available because we was there with them to give them resources to help them. The group that I was with. Yes, I believe.
So you let me talk, but you let the woman talk?
No, I promise I will.
Let the woman talk.
But you were speaking to me.
I was speaking to you, but you let me speak immediately. Let the woman talk.
Let her.
So I'm a rape survivor, right? What does me and my rape was supposed to do by the child?
You're a rape survivor?
Yes.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. And you are a rape survivor.
What did me and the rape was supposed to do by the child? So you said we both had a conflict.
The sin came from the man, correct?
Exactly.
Not
So
from
who's
the
raising the child?
Okay, the sin came from the man, correct?
Yes.
Not from the woman, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you have, it's still your baby.
It's my obligation to raise that child for 9 months.
It's a lie.
Let me ask you this. Do you know what it's like to be raped?
Is it a lie?
Is it my responsibility to carry that child for 9 months?
Is it a lie?
Let me ask you the question one more
I just
time.
asked a question.
Is it alive?
Is it a lie?
Not after a certain amount of weeks.
According to who?
According to science, baby.
No.
According to literally natural.
That's what they tell you.
You said you're
What
married.
they tell
You said
you?
you're married, right?
So a baby has a consciousness like
you
after
just said
one
let me
day
let
of
her speak,
being
but you jumped in. You can't do
So
say have both
baby,
stuff.
stop. Let me ask you this. You said you have 2 children, and you have is the same mother for each child?
Yeah.
If she was raped, would you want her to carry that child for 9 months?
Yeah.
You
She
would.
already told me. Yeah. You know
She
why?
said
Yes.
yes?
You know why? Because we value life. See, it's the sin of the person, not the baby. The baby didn't do anything wrong.
Of course, I
Okay.
understand
So
that.
since the baby didn't do anything wrong, is that you have an option. You can have a adoption.
Of course.
You can have it or keep it and say you may love the
How
child.
much does adoption cost really fast?
Well, I don't know how much.
Tens of thousands, maybe.
Okay, but here's the thing. I see people driving back, got lots of money. So here's a lot. You got a little well-to-do too. We're trying to use that systematic racism to kill babies, right?
I understand.
Okay, but we're killing ourselves.
I understand.
So think about this for a second. You kill yourself, but then you want to blame somebody else. I believe that the problem is that we need to take responsibility because we have to have sex without being married. That's called fornication, or have adultery and pornography and all these things.
Or
we
rape.
don't take. We don't. Okay.
Or rape.
You're right, but.
No,
What's the
don't
percentage?
excuse it.
No.
Don't excuse it because the percentage, 30%
Sir,
36% of women are raped
Show me
in this
that.
country.
Show me that.
No.
Okay.
You don't need to
Show
see
me-
an
no, show me-
extent. You don't need to see a circumstance
let me
or a
see it.
statistic.
But here's the thing. This is a blessing that someone didn't abort you. It's a blessing that God gave you life. God had your mother, bless your mother, to say, I will have you regardless of the sin of the father. That's a blessing because you want to be here. So we're talking about life and blessings versus to say circumstance and situation. Bad situation, I agree with you. Horrible situation, I agree with you. But there's a blessing that your mother gave you, and because God gave it to her.
Right.
But at the same time, although you receive a blessing, but we think we have the right to kill someone else.
I understand.
So we say that is not right because we don't have the right to kill people.
No,
Justin,
I hear you out.
I got something to add to that.
Okay.
The house that I'm staying at right now, they have a child, I believe he's like about 5 years old. You know him. He was conceived and raped. His mother was raped. She chose to protect him. Just hear me out. Would it be okay? He was out at the murder mill this morning, the abortion clinic this morning. Would you support someone taking a knife to his throat and slicing his throat, murdering him? Would you support that?
Full-grown child.
Yeah. Would you?
It's not the same.
Why?
Here's the thing, it's not the
It's
same.
not
And
the
let
why?
me say something. I don't think either one of you have experienced a trauma of rape, and I would pray that you wouldn't, right? I would never wish that on anyone.
Yeah. It's a terrible crime.
I would never wish for a woman to be put in the circumstance of having to decide beside herself and a being that came from that circumstance. I think that every woman should have the decision to do what she wants with her body, because in that moment she did not have any say about her body whatsoever.
Are you a Christian?
I say I'm a Christian on paper, but listen,
What does that mean?
a Christian on paper means that I believe in Jesus Christ, I don't go to church at all.
We grew up in Christians.
But
Are you
then
a Christian?
we
But
got
listen,
educated.
you're trying to divert.
Whoa.
We got
I want to ask a question. Because I want to ask a question for him. He said educated, meaning that he said Christianity is not as educated. He got more educated than Christianity.
It's not.
Okay.
No education outside of Christianity. Would you want to live in a world where you only see one thing all the time? Like when there's a whole beautiful world that God created.
Who's God?
That you don't see.
But who's God?
God is the person that created all of us, isn't he?
Who is he?
Okay.
Do you know?
He is the person that created you. He is the person that allows something like a rape to occur. He is the person that allows things to go and things to balance each other out, right?
Sin did that. You agree with
Okay,
that?
but like
God
God allows sin to enter the world and
Because you know
allows us
what?
to give us the choice, right?
Okay, we chose to sin, right?
Let's go.
Listen, but there's a responsibility in our sin. So here's the question: who is God? I'm curious. Let's do this on paper. You got educated. So black people who are educated, they don't believe in Christianity no more.
No.
I understand, but you
Wait a minute.
Did I say that?
No, you just said okay.
Did I say that?
Who's God?
I didn't say that.
Who's God?
God is your creator, right?
No, I said who is God to you?
He's my creator.
What's his name?
God.
No, it's a being.
It's a
What's his
being.
name? Human being
What
is
are
your
you talking
being.
about?
Okay. Human being is your being, right? But you have a name, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So your name is not human being, right?
Okay.
But that's your being. God.
Question.
Wait.
Pause.
God,
It's
we coming back, but I asked you
not about
Christian.
coming back. I
Let me tell
asked
you
you a
why.
very direct question.
Let me tell you what.
You
Listen,
still
hold on. I asked you about being a Christian.
I asked you about what it's like to be raped and the trauma of that, and you couldn't
And you can't answer
You
that.
can't either.
But listen, when you diverted from my
But what is what I'm saying?
point.
No man can.
But let me explain to you. The reason why I said that, are you a Christian? Because you were saying it's my body and so forth, right?
Right.
And as a Christian knows that the Bible specifically says it's not your body, you a person with the price. So glorify God in your body and in your spirit who you was bought. Now, if you're a Christian, you believe in, you're not a Christian, you don't believe that. You believe what the world system say. The world system say, it's your body, do what you want, and nobody can tell you what to do.
Right.
That's pride. Pride leads destruction. And you know pride leads destruction.
So what do you do when another human being steps within that bounds and forces a person to do something?
The sin is on the father.
Exactly.
Right?
And then the mother
Okay.
suffers the consequences.
Okay, you know
No,
what?
no, no.
So that's
When
how the
the
world's
mother
supposed to work,
suffers
where
the
men does what we want and
Wait a
women
minute.
just
Do you carry a
suffer from it?
child?
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute.
A woman gets raped and she carries that child for 9 months.
Exactly. I know she
So
does.
she
Listen.
suffers the consequences
You know
of
what?
that sin.
You know what it's like to be pregnant?
Listen. People suffer for sin. You don't know either, okay? But people suffer for sin, correct? Am I right? People suffer because people sin, right?
Of course.
Okay, so because people suffer, that doesn't mean you have the right to kill. That's what I'm saying. Suffering is horrible. People getting beheaded, being killed for their faith and everything, right? Suffering is wrong, but suffering comes because of sin.
Right.
The root I'm trying to get to, we are sinning, but we trying to make an excuse why we can do as we
I'm
choose.
talking about the right to endure.
Okay, when you suffer,
Is it the right of the woman to endure being pregnant for 9 months? Is it the right of the woman to be forcibly penetrated against her will? Is it the right of the woman to forcibly have the pain of being pregnant and giving birth to a child? That's my right to endure that because someone else sinned?
when you right,
I was, baby, twice.
okay, I'm
And I
sorry.
would never wish that against anyone. And I speak it. I wish that every woman had the right for their body, the right to make a decision, because I had no decision in that. And God, thankfully, I wasn't pregnant because of that circumstance. But if I was, I would never carry that child to fruition.
I want to say, I'm sorry for what you have experienced. And I don't believe that no man should use his strength to take control of another person. That sin is pardon. No man should do that.
But it's her right to have that child.
So I want to first address the sin and say, I'm sorry for what the man have done for you, right? Because that's wrong. Because based on what he's done, now it's caused you to have a certain feeling which is wrong. I understand. You suffer something traumatic. That's not right. Now, because of that, a possibility of a baby that you didn't even want because of what somebody else did was is not right. Agree with that. It's a life. And now you have a hard choice to make if you have it. You have a choice now. Do you say, I'm going to go through with this life, or do you say, I'm not going to go through,
What
right?
if I have $0 to my name?
Somebody will pay for it. Everybody.
No, they
There's not
won't.
somebody.
But
There's
what I'm
so
saying-
many
but
of us who
listen,
don't
but
have money.
listen,
How is everybody going to pay for the child? You know how much, in one lifetime, it costs $1 million for a person to pay for a
But let me ask
child.
you
Do
a
you have $1 million to your name?
Hold on, let me ask you,
No,
But let me ask you a question.
So
Does money give us the right to kill?
babies need to eat, they need to sleep, they need to shit, they need to pee.
But
So how much do diapers cost?
Does that mean you
How
have
much
the right
does
to
food cost?
Ma'am, but does that
How
give
much
us the
does
right
clothes
to
cost?
Ma'am, does that give us the right to
Babies
kill?
don't just come out and you take care of them with your arms and your hands. You have diapers, you have
Ma'am.
pampers, you have food, you have formula.
Ma'am.
It costs money.
Yeah.
If
Ma'am.
you do not have money, your baby will not survive adequately.
Man, that's why I said this. I keep saying this is give us a right. This money validates killing.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
So if you got enough money, I can kill somebody.
Yes.
You can. That's
Oh.
been proven across
get away
history.
with it.
That's
It's
literally
okay-
been
it's
across.
okay?
That's
it's
literally
okay.
that's actually a fact
Yeah.
across history.
Okay, so you say yes.
JFK got killed for a price.
But
Martin
you-
Luther King got killed for a price.
And that's okay.
Malcolm X got killed for a
And
price.
you say it's okay as a Christian.
I'm not saying it's okay as a
Or-
Christian.
I'm saying it's okay.
Killing somebody is not. No, it's not. Killing like doesn't constitute because you have the money to kill somebody. It doesn't mean that it's right. It's not morally correct by your morals. By your morals. But to somebody that doesn't believe in God, what is the moral?
Okay, so
What is the morals? Because not everybody's like us that believes that there's somebody that's gonna judge us.
But wait a minute,
There's people like that, like Ted Bundy, who
Okay.
fucking mutilates people, rapes them,
Okay, that's a question.
necrophilia, all of that.
That's
How do
a
you
question.
explain all of that?
morality
You can't-
is morality based on what you believe, or morality?
You tell me what morality is based on, sir.
Okay. Morality is not based off if you believe something or not. It's based off the existence of God Himself. It doesn't matter.
Is it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Are
if
you
believe Him
Webster?
or not.
Tell me, show me that
You
Webster.
just asked me, and I'm trying to answer it. You got to give me an
But
opportunity.
listen though,
Hold on a second. You said it was okay to kill. You said it was.
I do believe.
But it's not.
You said
You're
what again?
sparing the child's life. Listen, when you make a decision to have a child, is it you saying, I want to bring life into the world? Me and my wife, we love each other so much. I want to bring our child to fruition, right? Do you think about what that child's life is like?
No.
Right.
No, stop.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Just for a second,
Hold
just
on.
for a second.
You got children.
Just for a second.
No, I have a niece though.
You have children.
Baby.
No, don't talk to me. Talk to the women.
Let me respond to it.
Just
Okay.
for 2 seconds. My stance is I want to adopt, right? Because I believe that there's a lot of people who have children who don't have the means to take care of children, right? And I would rather spend my energy taking care of a child that didn't have the right circumstances or resources to be born. Because it's not about love, it's not about religion, it's about this. The simple fact is that we live in a world based off of money. If your child doesn't have food to eat, if it doesn't have clothes, if it doesn't have warmth, then that's a simple fact. So I believe that people with resources should have children. If you don't have resources, you should not. Because why? Who does it hurt? It doesn't hurt you. It hurts the child. And I believe that having a child is a very selfish decision because you're not thinking about what does this child want? What does this child need? The child had no say in coming into the world. So a child of rape, no say. Victim, innocent, right? But the child who has no say coming into the world is this child who still is going to be in the circumstances of no food, no warmth, no clothes. So if you know beforehand, can I finish for 2 seconds? If a child knows that they are born into, not even child, but if you know that you don't have the means to take care of that child, why would you harm that child? Or hope lucky strikes that the child gets born into a circumstance or adopted by a family who can take care of them. Because more often than not, they're not put into that circumstance. They're put into a foster care system where you can profit of holding children in their homes every month and getting a salary based off that child. So I believe you should make the decision to take care of the child thinking about the child's needs, not your own. And not like, I want to do this for the child. I want to provide this. It's about what can I do for this child? What can I not? If you cannot provide for the child, you should not have children. If you were in a circumstance where you unfortunately get pregnant or you had fun with your boyfriend one night, didn't plan for it, if you logistically think about the reasons and you think, I cannot take care of myself, nor can I take care of another being, you should not have that child because why? You're saving that child's life. You're putting that child from undue circumstances of hardship and unneeded welfare. Unnecessary.
You know, we would love to live in a perfect world that everybody thinks before they do things. When you got people who drink and they shouldn't be drinking, smoke and they shouldn't be smoking, they do drugs, they shouldn't be doing drugs, and a lot of problems didn't happen. You shouldn't kill them just because they make bad decisions. You have people who don't have money but still have kids, but you don't have the right to kill them because they make bad decisions.
Of course.
But you have eliminated the possibility of God coming in and save that person. You have eliminated any hope because of money. You're saying based off your income and based off your money that you shouldn't do certain things, you shouldn't have no kids, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this based off your income.
I believe having a child is a privilege, not a right.
Okay, hold on. Who gives the right for, who makes a woman fertile?
Just cause. I can't explain it.
Who?
Just cause.
Just cause?
Just cause.
There's
Because
no-
if you line a woman up 5 in a row, I might be pregnant, she might not be able to. She might be, she
Who
might be.
controls it?
Literally the universe. I couldn't tell
The
you.
universe?
I don't know. Do you know?
Diet.
Of course I know.
You know by 100% fact.
Of course.
So you could line up every single woman in the street and tell me who's fertile and who's not.
No.
So
I know.
how
I
do you
know.
know?
No. I said
That
I
just
know
invalidates
who
you.
makes a woman fertile.
Exactly, but how do you know who
I
and
said,
who?
no, not the specific person. I know who makes a
Okay,
woman
God
fertile.
makes woman fertile. God
Not the
does not.
universe, because the universe can't create nothing.
Sorry,
It's
God.
just gases.
God. I don't know if I'm fertile or not. I've never been
I
pregnant.
know, but he
I've
does.
never-
So if he knows if you want to fertile or not, he knows if he can provide. He knows if you can come better. Just because somebody's born poor doesn't mean they will remain poor. Many people are born poor and they become successful.
What's the
So-
percentage of it?
But
What determines success?
It's not even about that though. It's a percent.
You were just talking about finances.
But more than likely,
Okay, so
you will not
wait
be
a minute.
well off.
Wait a minute. According to whose standards are well off? See, listen.
The wealth standard in any country ever.
Who's talking? This country?
Any country.
Any country? No, it's a different standard between the United States and other
How
countries.
much do you make a year?
Wait a minute.
No, seriously, I'm actually genuinely asking.
I'm not gonna get into that. Okay.
But it's a
I'm
valid
not.
question.
Yeah, it may be a valid question to you, but I'm not gonna get into a specific number. Okay, that's
But specific
that's just
numbers
fair enough,
determine
right?
whether you can provide for your family or
No,
not.
okay.
This is the richest nation on the face of the earth. We have plenty in this nation.
Of course, this is
So
what I
why so why
believe.
so why would we justify
100%
murdering?
believe that.
I 100%
But
believe that.
this is what we're saying.
That's enough
We're
resources for
talking about the
everyone.
But
value-
every
listen,
individual
listen,
is not
but what we're
rich.
talking about is
But you
the
have
value
Christians
of
who can help
life.
them.
We're
It's not about
talk-
Christians,
out,
baby.
out of everything, ma'am and sir, when we're talking about the value of life, you got the on the tens of talking about money. Based on money, we think this. You say what you believe. And I was specifically talking about the value of life. See, this is what I believe. I believe you're valuable and you're valuable. I believe everybody else is valuable. I believe that white people are valuable, black people are valuable, male, female, Hispanic, English speaker, non-English speaker, little people, big people, old people. People are valuable. It's the problem that we are saying that people are not valuable based off circumstances. Based off if you're little or if you're big or if you have money, you're more valuable. That's our sinful nature problem. We want to look at people and say you're not as valuable because you don't have as much money.
Well,
as
that's
someone else.
capitalism.
Wait a
That's
minute.
not God.
Capitalism, that's not God at all.
Wait a minute. That's not what God has done. That's what you guys have done. You guys sit
You
here.
guys, you're a human too, no?
Wait a minute, but I didn't do that. That's not my belief system.
I didn't do this shit either.
You just did. You just said based off the money, you should have no kids. You should work to take care. You should have this.
Do you live in a capitalist society, yes or no?
No.
No. Yes or no? Do you live in a capitalist society? Okay.
But
Is it our decision? Did we make the decision as a group?
Wait a
We
minute.
became a powwow and said we're going to use
Do
capitalism?
you want communism?
I believe in communism.
Go to China and see what happens. Go to China and see what happens to you.
Listen.
And you will change your mind. All right? I'm serious.
China's also a totalitarian state, so it's not just communism.
This world is about to come here.
I don't